Recording. Good morning. Welcome to the Saturday morning coffee chat. So I'm actually starting the recording after we kind of have a little catch up, just checking in, chatting, what's going on. So I love that part. And I'm also just a student of life. So I love learning. And so I love when we get to teach or learn from others. And this morning, Deb is going to share some information on the performance line. She's our Shakeologist, so she likes to study the ingredients in Shakeology. But she saw a post of was I think Carl Deichler, who was doing the 30-day breakaway, and he was mixing up some different of the performance line, and she was interested in how that works and is that good, like what are the what's the ins and outs of that. So she's our mad scientist this morning. She's going to give us a little information on the performance line. So go ahead and take it away, Deb, and then we'll chat some more about November.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to share my screen.
There you go.
Trying to keep up with Louise here. Can you see that? All right, so Beachbody. What really intrigued me, like she said, was I saw Carl Deichler put in his little bottle here, a scoop of Energize and a scoop of Hydrate and shake it up. I was like, hey, can you do that? I mean, then I saw another gal, Ashley Molstad. She's quite the big Beachbody coach, and she was mixing, I wouldn't advise it though, with something more like Red Bull and Energize. And it's like, wow, that's a lot. But, I've seen it and it was like, wow, can you really do that? So, because I'm just a straight up girl. And so anyways, it intrigued me. So in an inquiring mind, I go research and try to figure it out. So Beachbody Performance Energize in itself is a pre-workout drink. If you have not done it, I highly recommend it. We call it our crack, but workout crack. But in a way it is, because it's like coffee. You wake up in the morning, you have coffee. Well, it's a similar concept. A secret sauce, or get your mojo on. So the key ingredients that this has really been based upon is that to get that focus and that extra oomph was that it has a low dose of caffeine. I think it's 100 milligrams. And 100 milligrams of caffeine, which is considered 1 cup of coffee. And it's from green tea and coffee bean extract. And this is where it's supposed to help get that perk going, get your focus, reaction time. So when you're working out, you're intentional and focused instead of just flopping around. And the other one is a beta alanine. And this is where it has the increases your muscle power, and it delays the muscle fatigue. Because sometimes when I didn't use it, I would be really tired and drugged down, and especially it was a good example. I did a 5K trail run a week ago, and I didn't use this in the morning, and I should know better because I did on my previous runs the year before. And I just getting into 2.5 mile for 5K, which is 3.1 mile. I was dragging my feet and I was tired. And I was like, God, I drank enough water and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't take it. So what happened is I dragged my feet on a trail and it clipped a rock on my toe and landed on my knee and scraped my knee. And I was like, oh God, how embarrassing. Or did anybody see that? Yeah. but I'm okay. But it just creates that extra oomph in your performance. And then this is where I have a hard time pronouncing, is quercetin. And this is a phytonutrient. It's a plant-based nutrient that helps, like it says, efficiency of mitochondria, the batteries that make your cells work. And this improves your exercise performance. And these three key ingredients, although it has a little bit of stevia and stuff inside the Energize, um, it's supposed to help you get your batteries charged to get your intentions to do that workout or run or whatever exertion it is. Because even when we were planning on hiking, we took this just to get our focus on and stuff. So it's a good caffeine substitute in the morning. And then what's more interesting when I was looking at it, and this is on all the material, this just came out in 2015. It's not like it's been out for years and years. And in 2017, Beachbody Performance was partnered with Ironman. And I remember seeing it then, and I didn't pay too much attention. And my keto husband wasn't, he was actually doing the recovery of this stuff, but he didn't do the Energize. He had some other stuff. But in 2017, the Ironman people were endorsing all the performance line. And that's the other thing, it's all natural ingredients. So here's the guru of the performance line.
The power behind Energize is its underpinning science. Beta-alanine, low-dose caffeine, and quercetin are all cutting-edge ingredients at the effective levels scientifically shown to improve performance, promote recovery, and delay exercise-induced muscle fatigue. Beta-alanine is actually a natural amino acid that we get in our diet, but we can't get the active dose from our diet, which is why supplementation can help. By taking beta-alanine, you can actually raise the levels of your own muscle carnosine. Muscle carnosine, by increasing levels, buffers lactic acid buildup. And that lactic acid buildup results in muscle fatigue, so it delays that fatigue from onsetting. Its effects are really beneficial when you take it by repeated usage. So studies show that you will maximally achieve beta-alanine's effects from 1 to 2 months of actually taking it. With beta-alanine, it's known that you're probably going to, especially if you've never had it before, have a sort of sensation of tingling or itchiness or flushing of some sort. But it's really, really normal. With repeated use, generally that feeling will subside throughout your exercise. You won't even notice. We've chosen 800 milligrams of beta-alanine because that's what clinical studies use to ensure efficacy, but also comfort. Other products out there may have 3,000 milligrams or plus of beta-alanine, and that's going to cause severe flushing and these tingling sensation. If too much of something isn't good. We have the maximum efficacy with minimal symptoms. Caffeine in general has been known to be an ergogenic or performance-enhancing ingredient for a long time. However, the problem is that with high doses of caffeine, there are negative side effects. They range from increased heart rate, jitters, anxiety, gastrointestinal discomfort, as well as the inability to sleep. Low doses or very low doses of caffeine have been shown to be very effective to enhance exercise performance without any of those nasty side effects. Other companies may use synthetic sources of caffeine, but ours comes from a natural source of green tea. It fits with the holistic vision that we have generally for the whole line. Quercetin is a natural plant-based phytonutrient that's found in many fruits and vegetables. It's an exciting, powerful ingredient. There's been a lot of research about it. And in the exercise setting, in the multiple studies, it's been shown to improve exercise performance and reduce fatigue. It energizes a bright yellow color. Some people may question the color of it. Where is it coming from? And it actually comes from the natural characteristics of the quercetin. It's natural coloring. So the higher the color, the higher the purity and the potency. Other products out there that don't achieve that bright yellow color, probably not at the right levels to actually do anything, or probably not at the right purity. We have the industry's best quercetin. Arginine is very prevalent amongst pre-workout drinks. Recent research by the best in the world have investigated arginine for its benefits on exercise performance and found actually arginine does not work to help improve exercise performance. And that's why we don't include it in our product. Other products out there may have high levels of vitamin C and E, and it's given with hope that it will help with fighting free radical damage or antioxidant benefits. Recent research has actually shown that by fortifying with vitamin C in it, especially at high doses, can actually hamper exercise adaptations. And that's why we don't fortify with vitamin C or E or any of these antioxidant vitamins that you might see. There's a lot of pre-workout drinks out there, a lot of artificial ingredients. Beachbody Performance Energize doesn't have any of those things. No artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives. Energize is evidence-based. That, for me, really distinguishes it amongst the crowd. So each ingredient is specifically chosen because it's got a known effect. We actually want to make this product function for you. But secondly, the levels are smart. They're the right levels to work, sufficient to actually have efficacy, but not too much to actually hamper performance. So we're using state-of-the-art, cutting-edge ingredients with the benefit to improve performance and delay fatigue, to really make it work for you.
So yeah, that is where 2015 that was rolled out and the whole scientific behind it, and it hasn't really changed since then. They hadn't had to reformulate any of the ingredients, although they were able to add more flavors. And it first came out with lemon, and then it came out with fruit punch, I think last year, and then this year it's mixed berry. And so it's trying to give it to us as customers a little bit more jazz to it. So, and I sometimes the fine print, I really don't read it, but but the recommended, it's actually weight-based. So if you weigh less than 160 pounds, it's 1 scoop per 8 ounces of water. But if you're greater than 160 pounds, it's 2 scoops. And I didn't realize that. I've always just done 1 scoop. And in being a compressed powder, you just kind of have to shake it up because it gets compressed after a while. But this is the interesting part of it, is it's recommended with water. But like I said, people mix it with hydrate. Well, why with hydrate? Well, this has the same quercetin, so it has the similar ingredients as it does with the Energize. And what working out here in an arid condition, mixing it with hydrate and Energize helps sustain that level water and alertness. And it's just really good to keep hydrate going, because what I do is I take this and I know, that's the other thing. You got to use it within 30 minutes once you mix it, because that's the scientific way of intentional use, is it's activating with the water for that 30 minutes before workout. And then I generally use this separately as my workout juice. But it doesn't mean that you couldn't mix this together and do it during your workout as well. And that's what was interesting to me. And I forgot to put it on here. But I've seen people mix half of lemon as your base, half with mixed berry, or half of fruit punch, and have a little mixture like that, because the lemon kind of enhances it. And now I've seen read that some people use the soda water just to give it a little sparkly. And I've seen some people use ice, which is 0 calorie, but it's just enhancing flavor, because some people thought that this didn't have, or the flavor they didn't like, so they just kind of rolled it in with ice. But with anything, and I didn't put it on here, is you can put collagen boost in this when you drink it, just to have it. And then even Coach Louise used power greens and puts it and mixes with it. So it's a versatile type of pre-workout performance. But one thing with the collagen, it's a tasteless boost, so you can mix it with anything. But some people think it's too sweet. And so this recommends 8 ounces, but you can put it in 10 ounces or 16 ounces. Some people put a scoop and a half in a 16 ounce, or I'm sorry, a scoop and a half in a 24 ounce, because they just want that volume. And it always made me wonder why these are so big, because you only mix 8 ounces, you know. But what they do is some people just do go all the way up to 20 ounces and maybe put a scoop and lots of ice and water and just sip on it and during the 30 minutes before workout, and then they're getting ready to amp up. Now, when people do put 2 scoops in and stuff, that's where that intense tingling sensation can occur. And that's what turns off a lot of people. And I've also heard that people use hot water. They don't want ice water. They put it in hot water and mix it. And it's like, and that's legal, but I wouldn't do it. So anyways, there's lots of positive reviews on it. I looked up and found some reviews that even marathon trainers, they use it a lot. And so I just concentrated on Energize because it's a foundational type of product, and Hydrate is always the akin to it. So anyways, that's what I have.
Awesome.
Any questions?
I have one question. Does it come in a little like sample pack to try that I could buy? Because I'm afraid of the whole tingly feeling. I don't like to feel, I don't know, like out of control. I mean, I know it's not like alcohol or something where it's going to make me freaky, but
Right.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a sample. I'll see what I can find. I think it's on Team Beachbody, but
Okay.
actually I have some couple extra ones I can just send to you. I got the mixed berry one. I didn't care for mixed berry, but
Yeah, because
but anyway.
I'd like to try it, but I don't want to, buy a whole thing and then like have that whole tingly thing and not like it.
Right. And like anything, even with Shakeology, you can try half of it with 8 ounces of water.
Yeah.
And then progressively use a whole packet with 8 ounces. So just to introduce your system.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Good presentation.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Deb. Yeah, I have a scoop when I first get up. It's like, it gets me out of bed.
Similar to coffee.
Generally, like we're doing our workout first thing, but even when we're not, I have that. And occasionally in the mid-afternoon, I will have it. And sometimes I put it in like a LaCroix or the Zevia or one of those, bubbly drinks, kind of like the ice. The thing with the carbonation, if you put it in carbonation and stir it around, it really activates it. I learned that the hard way the first time. It was like all over my counter because the glass was so full, and when it bubbled, it really because I really stirred it, and I was trying to get it all stirred in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what I was thinking, that mad scientist, because that's how I felt. So just be careful when you mix it into carbonated beverages.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
but it was nice. I like every now and then on the mid-afternoon when I'm like, oh my gosh, had a bad night's sleep or whatever. I was like, I'll just make me a little mama drink.
Yeah.
Alcohol-free mama drink. Little mama's helper.
Lately, I've been using Bevy as my pick-me-up in the afternoon, and that's all green tea type now. So.
I need to get that. I haven't. I just never ordered it.
Yeah.
And
So-
I've been using that from the get-go for my pre-workout thing, and I have never been fortunate enough to feel that little tingly feeling, but maybe I need to try 2 of them or 2 scoops.
Or yeah, maybe. I don't know. I hadn't experienced the tingly, but I don't know. And maybe it's just the type of workout too, or all people's systems are different no matter what.
Right.
Yeah. I don't get the really the tingly either. But I know when it's kicked in. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
But you don't feel weird. Your head doesn't feel weird or anything. Okay. That's just my thing. I just,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm with you there. I've tried other energy drinks.
Yeah.
That was the other thing.
Right.
being all natural, I used to do, I forgot what product it was Advocare or something, but I used to do it when I used to do weightlifting years ago. I had energy drinks, but afterwards I crashed. And I think it was
Mm.
product had the more of the sugar or something in it that you just excelled. And man, I kicked it. And then afterwards it's like, oh my God, I'm asleep. That was a lot of reviews saying you're not crashing after the workout.
Mm.
Oh, I remembered that years ago. So that was
Mhm.
the other aspect of it.
Yeah. Awesome. And then obviously we have our recover as part of the performance line, which is your post-workout. Deb said she got just immersed in the Energize.
Yeah, I did.
Obviously we're not going to mix recover and Energize together. But I know when Maury and I run out of our post-workout, we can tell,
Mhm.
you know, we just feel a little bit more sore. It's not going to take away all the soreness, but it is to help with the two main things is muscle recovery faster, and then helping you to have less of that delayed onset muscle soreness. And it too is all natural. So that's one thing I really love about the Beachbody stuff. It's all plant-based. Even the stevia, it's a plant. You can buy stevia leaf and throw those leaves into your tea.
Mhm.
And when it steeps, it just sweetens the tea. I bought a baggie of it, and my son was like, "What is this?"
Did he think it was something else?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. He did.
That's funny.
You leave mama stuff alone.
Yeah, right? It's funny.
Cool. Okay, so before we run out of time, Deb has put together a group, which I put the link in the newsletter, the Candy Crush group. So after Halloween, if you have a kit, and if you don't, and you wanted to do it with us, I would order it like today to be able to get it by next weekend or the week after. Like we're going to do it the week right after Halloween, which is Saturday. So all of not next week, but the week after, whatever days is going to work for you in that week. You know, if you want to do it kind of together with us in that week. So if you wanted to do that, get yours. Karen, did your kit show up? Oh, good. Okay. Sometimes it takes a while.
It did.
Oh, good. Good. I'm looking forward to it. I don't often look forward to the 3-day refresh, but I am looking forward to it. And then the post that Deb did yesterday, I loved it. I don't know if you went and actually got the Excellence Addiction Life Balance Workbook. And it's things that we know, but I love, you know, it's nice to have it in a new format. And it's just figuring out your goals, figuring out your why, organizing your goals, breaking it down to what are the action steps you need to achieve your goal, then prioritizing, you know, those goals that you've identified in all the different areas of life. And then picking out the top couple that you want to work on, and then making your plan. It's kind of like we do in our customer getting started guide, you know, with our health and fitness goals. But, you know, this focuses on, he calls it the domains, the different domains of life, right? So it's just in order to achieve that life of balance, which really isn't balance, but it's just identifying what goals you want to achieve, which ones are the priorities. Because if you're trying to work on everything, you know, every day, there is no balance at all. It doesn't feel like balance. It feels more like chaos. And then really we're not getting anything done very well. So it's, I'm going to work through that for myself. And then, so it goes into like next week is prep week for our November group. And so then looking at those goals, and then kind of like, we're going to, you know, work on what are your goals for November. November is next level. November is the theme. And so we're going to have this habit tracker that you can have I'll email it out to everybody. So you can identify kind of what those goals are, what your monthly goal is, what your weekly goal is. And then you can check off your daily habits. Every next level of your life will require a different you. So we can kind of take that, what we did with that post Deb shared yesterday in the resource there, and kind of, work into our November goals. And then I think that was it. Yeah. How's everybody doing with meal planning? Are you doing it? Yeah. Here's what I would suggest is just identify what your dinners are going to be for the week. Start there, just there, because that's the big one. That's the big mental drain, right?
Yeah.
I think, and I know it was for me. And if you do that, and if you do that on the weekend, you kind of think, okay, here's what we have. And you can even just maybe 2 or 3 recipes that you're going to cook up. And even if you don't prep it this weekend, maybe you want to do I know Karen had done sort of last week, was like a batch of chili. So Monday night, you're going to make a batch of chili and you just make it a big batch. So that maybe Wednesday night and Friday night, you have chili. Tuesday night, you're going to make a big batch of whatever, lasagna or, whatever, that you can then have Thursday night and Saturday night. So really you're kind of just batch prepping, and your prep is like, this is how I do prep. I prep while I'm actually in the kitchen anyway, cooking dinner, because I'm not going to make it a separate event, so really just make it as simple as you can. And I know for me, most of my mental energy goes into that dinner. So I would suggest starting there. A lot of us are good now. We've been veterans enough here with that. We know what we like for breakfast. We know what we like for lunch. We know our favorite snacks, which is part of that whole meal planning process. So making sure you have those ingredients on hand, and then to just stay on track or keep it balanced, to use your tracker, the Nutrition Plus tracker. Now, my days are not usually ever perfect. Very rarely are they perfect. But using the tracker helps me to identify where I'm lacking, like veggies, or where I'm about to go way over in carbs, so it kind of helps me maintain that balance. It may never look perfect. I may never have all the containers perfectly consumed each day, but that balance is important. It's just going to help you with your energy, with your recovery, with mental alertness and mental energy. It'll help you with your gut. So just trying to maintain that balance. Don't strive for perfection on that. Yeah.
I like
then,
the idea of the dinners, because I usually have the dinner leftovers for lunch the following day. So that's the no-brainer part. But yeah, the dinners are like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just start there. And on the meal plan thing that I send out on Friday mornings, some of the lunches I use for dinner, like that chicken Cobb salad I made the other night. Oh my gosh, that was good.
That looked amazing.
That was good.
Yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, and that was on the dinner recipe or lunch recipes. But I just look at some of the dinner recipes in there actually are more of a side. So you want to add protein to it, so it's really, you just make it, you just pick and choose. You can have breakfast for dinner. Whatever
I've done that a few times.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else to report? Any questions?
I don't think so.
Yeah. In December, 9-week Control Freak is coming out. That's Autumn's new one. And MBF, #MBF is dropping into the main library. There is a prep calendar. I think I'll throw it out there just to do, maybe this is what you want to follow in November. A prep calendar to get you ready for 9-week Control Freak, or to start at #MBF. And it's just a mixture of Autumn's, I think it's a mixture of Autumn's workouts. So I'll throw that in there if you want to follow that as your workout for November. Yeah. All right, everyone, have a wonderful weekend. And
you too.
Yep. I will be popping in more next week, Deb and I both, for prep week. and sharing kind of what November is going to look like. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.